Psychology tells us a truth. Most of us ignore. Every emotion you feel, fear, joy, anger, love, begins not in your mind, but in your body. What if the racing of your heart, the flutter in your stomach, the tension in your muscles were actually the first words of a story your mind has yet to tell? Imagine standing on the edge of a stage or walking alone in a dark street. Your body reacts first, and only then does your mind catch up, whispering, "I'm afraid," or "I'm excited." This means your feelings are not random, they are messages, signals from a body that knows the world before your conscious mind does. Every heartbeat, every tremor, every breath is a guide, a compass pointing towards survival, connection, and meaning. And here's the secret. Once you begin to notice these signals, once you learn to read your body's language, you unlock the power to understand yourself, control your reactions, and experience life more deeply than ever before. What if every emotion you've ever felt, fear, joy, anger, or love, didn't begin in your mind at all? What if it started somewhere much deeper, in the quiet language of your body? Imagine standing alone in a dark street at night. You hear footsteps behind you. Before you even think of danger, your heart begins to race, your breath shortens, your muscles tighten. You haven't decided to feel fear. Your body already has. The mind merely looks at these signals and says, "I am afraid." This is the secret rhythm of emotion. The body speaks first, and the mind listens later. In psychology, this idea reshapes how we understand feelings. It tells us that emotion isn't simply born from thoughts, but from the body's natural response to the world. The trembling before a speech, the warmth that floods you when someone smiles, all are physical reactions that the mind translates into emotion. Our bodies are not passive shells, they are the stage where every feeling performs before the mind names it. Emotion, then, is the echo of the body's movement, a story written in heartbeat, breath, and trembling hands, long before thought begins. What if your body knew the truth long before your mind could name it? Imagine walking into a room full of strangers. No one speaks to you, yet something inside shifts. Your palms grow moist, your heartbeat quickens, and your chest feels heavy. You haven't even thought about being nervous, but your body already has. The silent reaction happens before your brain forms a single word. Psychology reveals that our physical system is always one step ahead, sensing, predicting, and preparing for what the mind will soon understand. Think of standing at the edge of a cliff. You look down, and before you can process the height, your stomach tightens, your breath halts. Your body has already chosen fear. It is as if the body carries an ancient wisdom, one that responds instantly to the world around us, protecting and guiding us before conscious thought arrives. The mind, ever the storyteller, catches up later and translates the body's reaction into a feeling, "and I am afraid." And our emotions, then, are not sudden sparks of thought, but reflections of a conversation that began within the body, a wordless dialogue between heartbeat, breath, and awareness that defines what it means to feel what if. The fear you feel didn't appear because you were scared, rather because your body had already begun to react. Imagine walking through a dense forest at dusk. The shadows stretch like fingers across the path, and suddenly you hear a rustle behind you. Your legs freeze, your heart pounds, and your hands tighten around the straps of your bag. You haven't yet thought, "I'm scared," but your body has already set the stage. Your trembling legs, racing heart, and shallow breath are not consequences of fear. They are the very signals that your mind will interpret as fear. In psychology, this idea flips the usual understanding of emotions. Feelings are not the sparks, the ignite action. They are the story your mind tells after noticing your body's response. A student trembling before a speech doesn't feel nervous. First, the nervousness emerges because the body reacts to anticipation and stress, and the mind interprets this reaction. This perspective shows that emotions are deeply connected to our physical state, like shadows following movement. Every shiver, heartbeat, or tensed muscle is a language, and our mind is the translator, giving names to sensations that have already unfolded. Understanding this reveals that emotions are not random, but a direct echo of the body's own intelligence in action. What if Every emotion you experience had its own secret signature written on your body. Imagine watching a loved one step onto a stage to give a speech. Instantly, your chest tightens, your stomach flutters, and a warmth spreads across your face. You smile because you feel joy, but that joy is your body speaking first. Each emotion carries its own physical code. Fear curls your muscles, anger surges like fire through your veins, sadness bends your posture, and happiness lights your expression. Psychology shows that our mind reads these bodily signals and translates them into the language of feelings. Picture a child reaching for a high shelf. Their heart races, palms sweat, and knees wobble. Before the mind even labels it, the body has responded to anticipation, excitement, or hesitation. Later, the mind interprets the pattern, so I am anxious, thrilled, or cautious. This is the hidden choreography of emotions. The body moves first, and the mind follows, naming what has already been enacted. Understanding this connection reveals that emotions are not abstract ideas, but living, breathing expressions of our physiology. Every beat, tremor, or warmth is a message, a silent script that guides how we experience the world and interact with it. What if, the moment you became aware of your body's reactions, a feeling was born? Imagine standing in a crowded elevator when suddenly it jerks unexpectedly. Your stomach drops, your heart races, and your hands grip the railing. Before you even think, "I am scared," your body has already acted. Psychology suggests that emotions are not simply triggered by events or thoughts alone, but by the mind noticing what the body is doing. Awareness is the spark that transforms physical reactions into a conscious feeling. Consider a runner approaching the finish line. Their legs burn, breathing sharpens and sweat drips. Yet the mind observes this flurry of sensations and labels it exhilaration. Without that noticing, the body's signals remain raw and unnamed, just energy in motion. This perspective reveals that emotions are not separate from the body. They are born when the mind interprets physical changes. Happiness, fear, anger, or sadness all emerge from this delicate dance between perception and sensation. Each shiver, heartbeat, or blush becomes meaningful only when we become aware of it, turning a simple biological response into a rich psychological experience that guides thought, decision-making, and connection with the world around us. What if every emotion you feel is not just a mental experience, but a bridge connecting your body to your very soul? Imagine sitting quietly in a park, watching the sunlight dance on the leaves. You feel a sudden warmth in your chest, a flutter in your stomach, and your face softens into a smile. Psychology tells us that emotions are not only reactions of the mind, they are the language through which the body communicates with the inner self. Your heartbeat, your breath, even the tension or relaxation of your muscles all participate in creating the experience you recognize as joy, sorrow, or love. Picture a musician playing a violin. As the bow glides across the strings, their fingers tense, their chest rises and falls with every note, and a shiver runs down their spine. The emotion of passion or exhilaration RGEs not only from thinking about the music, but from feeling it in the body. The mind then interprets these bodily signals, giving them meaning and depth. In this way, every emotion is a dance between body and mind, a continuous dialogue where the physical world shapes consciousness, and consciousness in turn shapes how we inhabit and experience our physical being. In the end, emotions are not just fleeting feelings or abstract ideas. They are the bridge between our body and our mind, the whispers of our physiology guiding our conscious experience. By understanding how our body reacts, noticing these signals, and interpreting them with awareness, we gain the power to truly understand ourselves, shape our reactions, and connect more deeply with the world around us. Every heartbeat, every shiver, every breath is a part of the story of who we are and how we experience life. I wish each of you the courage to listen to your own inner signals, to explore the fascinating psychology of emotion within yourself, and to use this understanding to live a richer, more aware, and more meaningful life.